Okay. Hey, Brian.
Come on, Dave.
So Brian's been like one of my best friends since third grade, sixth grade, whatever. So we've known each other for like 5 or 6 years at this point. So this is Brian's tender. I was in Block Island last week and he called me up and said, hey, I'm going to paint the boat. And I'm like, the bottom of the boat? He's like, no, the top of the boat. What was my response to you?
No, wait.
Don't touch it. And sure enough, he touched it, and now he's got it down to like...
You're going to paint the boat? You're gonna pay somebody to paint the boat.
Or have me come over and paint the boat. So he's got it down to 220. It's really roughed up. We're going to put primer on it. I thought I had some 400, and I thought I had my right sander, which I don't. So I sent Jeff out, Brian's brother, who've also known since I was a little kid, to go get some 400 orbital. We're going to hit this with 400, and then we're going to do an epoxy primer. And as with typical Brian fashion, all of a sudden now he's like, well, you know, it's sitting a little low in the water. So now we're redoing the entire water line to this thing. And so we're going to prime this and then paint the bottom. So I'm setting up a new water line. So I've measured 10 inches down. We found where the scum line was and kind of came 10 inches down. And then on this side here, I traversed the corner on this with the tape to see how I like it there. And then from there, we shot a chalk line down to the corner here. And this is out of the water here, so that's fine. So we've got our new line set here. I'm going to mask that off, and then we're going to go do the other side. And then Brian's going to start sanding. Sort of. All right, so step one. All right, so we've got it all sanded down to 400, cleaned up with mineral spirits right now. I've got everything taped off. We're about to do redneck stuff here, and we got to move it back just a little bit so I can get underneath here. So we're tying a chain to a tree. Everybody's here now, and we're gonna see if we can't pull it. I might sit down and watch this. Maybe this is gonna be interesting. Are we gonna do it now? Oh, you're not done yet. Oh, here we go. Tight. There you go. It worked. All right, well, I've gone through and tack cloth this entire side. Waiting to mix my primer right now, and I just got to finish. I just realized I got to do the bottom right there with some tape, and then we'll be good. All right, so I'm using the 545 epoxy primer. I'm doing a 2-to-1, and I've reduced it by 20%. So this is what we've come up with. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute, and we're gonna start rolling her. Hey, Brian.
Captain David?
All right, so it's the next day. Is it the next day or 2 days later?
I don't know where you left off.
Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway, I left these hooligans on Sunday. There was all 8 of them standing around watching me paint the boat while they drank beer. So typical South Kakalaka project. He's already... He's drinking. I'm not. I've got my coffee that I just...
With the important stuff, though.
Yeah, that I just got from Starbucks. And yeah, as usual, my 3:30 coffee's turned into... I asked for a medium latte at 1:30, so or kid temperature to make it even easier, and they got me a 180-degree latte. I just told them to throw some ice cubes in it because I just didn't have time to wait, and now I have buyer's remorse. So when I showed up here, I asked Brian what color boat he wanted. And what color did you say?
Blurple.
Blurple. Or pigeon blue, right?
Pigeon blue.
Pigeon blue. So I told him I was going to paint a red boat, and he was going to pay me for it anyway. Because that's just the way we do things around here. Just get whatever you want, and you got to pay for it. So anyway, I'm bitter about... Oh, and then even the sandwich that I ordered was wrong. I just don't understand how we can stay in business anymore. You just walk up to the window and just get whatever they give you and pay for it, so... Anyway, we're masking it off. It looks pretty good. They went a little overzealous on the sanding, which...
It's called too good of a job.
Too good of a job. Yeah, they've burned through the primer a little bit.
I'm blaming it on the application.
When I called Brian, he's just like, yeah, we spent 2 hours sanding. I was like, oh, God. Pretty much back down to base again, but...
Look how smooth it is, though.
It's smooth. Yep, it's smooth.
Perfectly smooth template. Now
Yep.
we're going to see how good your brush stroke is.
We're gonna see what happens. So anyway, I'm gonna finish masking it right now, top and bottom. Brian's gonna do this, and we're gonna tack it out, and then we're gonna mix up some paint. I'll show you how to mix up some paint. Hopefully the rollers will be good enough. They didn't have the rollers. I went to 2 different places. They didn't have the rollers I wanted, so we'll try something new.
You have to check true value for those?
No, because then I need to go because I know what I want. I can't tell him
He
my.
can FaceTime. He's got an iPhone.
No, it's fine. They'll work. They'll work. Technology.
No. See, it's already giving you an excuse for a poor paint job.
Always need an excuse. So anyway.
Rollers, stack.
All right, we're gonna clean this up, and then I'm gonna start mixing up some paint. I'll show you how to do that. All right, well, they're gone. Get me a new tray. They've, like I said, burned through a lot of this. It should be fine. There's paint underneath here, but it's smooth. And I'm gonna go through it one more time and just tack it and just make sure that we're all good. I've already done the top side, the rub rail. I'm just doing the bottom paint. Now, theoretically, too, I would have painted beyond the bottom paint while it was already off and painted that and then come back with fresh bottom paint. We're doing it in reverse. They need the boat in the water tomorrow, so that's what we're doing. And regardless of whatever I do, it's gonna be a bazillion times better than what these guys were gonna do, which is probably just a bunch of rattle cans anyway. So that's why I told them to stop, and I'm over here in the afternoon taking care of this for these guys. Like I said, both of them are my friends. The kids are like my kids, so you know, when you know something and you know how to do something, you just a lot of times you just do it just to help people out, and you know, you're not worrying about money or anything else. So just a nice thing to do. So I was supposed to do a government job tomorrow. Continued. Oh, the whole thing's done. All right, there you go. Supposed to do a government job tomorrow. That got canceled, which is just totally fine with me. It was like 4 foot, 4 seconds offshore, so not a great day to be 30 miles, 40 miles offshore. So yeah, I'm gonna finish taping this. Like I said, they're gonna get me a new tray. They used my good tray for bottom paint, and seeing since this is the final coat here, and this is what makes the biggest difference here, we want to make sure that we've got everything that we can that's going to be really good. So like a brand new paint tray. So we're going to Lowe's, which is right down the road, literally just a couple minutes away, not even. And I'm going to get the other side of this done here, and then like I said, I'll show you how to mix paint. And on this, I'm going to be doing a roll additive, which is not something that a lot of people know about, but really neat trick to get it to roll out and make it kind of look like it was sprayed on. So neat little trick from Alexseal, and I may have shown it to you once before, I don't know, but I will show it to you again. And I'm gonna go to the other side, finish masking this, so when they get back, I can be ready to mix and roll. So you can see here, even that. So we've got to go through and do that all over again and wipe this thing down. And then I've got more tack cloth and we'll tack it. So, all right, I'm going to do the bottom here. And let's see if we can't get 2 coats on before I got to go pick up Captain Marley at school. Well, I just came back here and noticed that they still didn't take off all the tape. So it's been 2 hours sanding, but they didn't take off all the tape, so clearly this has not been sanded either. So we'll have to take all of this off and then re-prep this back here as well. Keep on going. All right, so the boat's all masked off. I've already gone ahead and done a whole nother round. I just don't trust anybody of the microfiber and mineral spirits across the entire boat. I sanded this down here again because it wasn't done with the tape with 400 grit, just a light sand. You don't want to really take off the primer like we have here. This is way too deep in terms of sanding. It'll be fine, but you know, we just wasted a lot of effort getting that on. So, and just to get it sanded off. So there's still a little bit of dust on it. So I'm gonna go ahead with the tack cloth and just tack the whole boat. And then we're gonna mix up the base and converter, and then wait about 15 minutes, and then we'll reduce it. Lots of wind, so that's great. All this stuff flying through the air. Hopefully it'll rain too. That'd be great if it rained as well. So, okay, tack cloth time. All right, everybody's showing up already and starting to drink, so I'm gonna do this quickly before I get interrupted. But we've got the pigeon blue. My phone's ringing as usual, no surprise there. The pigeon blue, we've got the converter, so I'm gonna mix. It's a 2-to-1, so I've got 8 ounces of the pigeon blue. I'm gonna do 4 ounces of this. We're gonna let that pot up for a little bit, and then I'm gonna reduce it. And then the special ingredient is the Alexseal roll additive. So I'm gonna use about a capful of that, and that should make it wet out really nice. So I'm gonna put these in here. I'm gonna put the top on right here and mix it up, let it sit for about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna do that, and while I'm waiting for this to sit, I'm gonna use the tack cloth. You can just get these at Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, just tack cloth. So I'm just gonna, it's just sticky cloth. I don't know, it's got some wax on it or something. It just takes off all of the little fine stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that next while this is waiting to get mixed up.
Doesn't he go to the gym? Go, monkey, push.
Is anyone catching anything right now?
No, we were talking about, he's like, oh, we gonna go fishing Friday still? And I was like, ooh, forgot about that. So I just checked the weather Thursday and Friday are good.
What, bank?
Yeah, I was not going that way. I reneged on that decision.
It's a blue-gray.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where it is. Do you want the drop light, Googer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see
Yeah.
anything.
So you think it's warm enough right now, though? Have you heard?
Do you want it on an angle?
Shit that was going. I know the
And
tune
do you want it brighter, softer?
There you go. Oh, there you go. Now I can see.
Put it behind you so
Oh,
it's not in your eyes.
No, it's not.
That looks good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gotta be that over sand. That's too good of a job to
It's
sand.
too good of a job, Sid.
Can you
Except-
back up just a little bit? I'm actually trying to.
Except for you can see the way.
I was trying to videotape it.
Oh, you didn't tell anyone that part.
That's all right. You guys are drinking.
Hey, we have a rule in my house. If you're on FaceTime, you need to notify the whole family. Because Dad definitely says some inappropriate things. Constantly. Quick, Tate will be on the. He'll be sitting in the family playing a game, and I will know, and I'll say something stupid, and Tate will be like, "Dad, I'm on FaceTime." That's not fair, Tate. You know that's here. That's inappropriate. Deal with it.
Yeah, and you need
What do y'all think
figure
about
out
that?
if we're
Sound
going Thursday or
okay? So
Friday.
you're gonna go.
Because I either have a doctor's appointment or haircut.
Well, they can
Yeah.
always be
I know,
rescheduled.
it's just
Yeah. When's the doctor's appointment?
1:30.
Which day?
Oh, Thursday.
What's that water temperature out there?
We'll find out. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right,
This
man. I
policy
appreciate it,
members
man.
have
Thanks,
been out
buddy.
catching it.
All right, bye. They're going Thursday.
Are they?
I was like, golfing in? He's like, oh yeah.
Already? That's what I said. It was early May last year.
Well, he said the water temperature in the Gulf Stream is 72, 75. Right now, outside of it, 120 feet, he's like at 70, which is cold.
Well, that's what I said. Remember 69 and change that the thing said. What do you call it? Let's not touch this. We don't want the boat to move.
I mean, that is early. Sorry for saying
It's a mental note for all of us. We don't really want a moving object while painting. You want me to shut the garage, Goober?
Yeah, if you can. That wind's.
Yeah, that's pretty much why we did this. Alright, someone's gotta tell me when to stop. Oh, here, I can do it from here. Like an idiot I am. Yeah, it's gonna get good in here.
Zachary, come on.
guess I can't stop it from there. Tell me when to stop it.
You got 4 feet.
All right?
Yeah, that tire's not in the way.
You got,
It's good.
my factory, you got 9 inches.
Good. It's
Got it.
Oh, perfect. God.
Nailed it?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, should I put some air on in here? or
Yeah,
anything?
definitely.
Whoa.
Do I want air conditioning or heat?
Fucking.
Definitely not heat.
I know, I'm joking.
Yeah, don't leave that door open. That's where all the wind's coming from.
I'm just gonna grab the beer.
Go quick. Grab two.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I have the.
That does roll on.
That's probably the sanding job.
It's definitely the Sandy job, but
Everybody hear that? Because we're still on video.
except for it's all the except for the hair coming off your roller. I can see all the hair from your roller.
I remember.
Shut up.
No, you seriously can't. Come here.
We're on video.
Oh, no, that's dirt. That's all the dust flying around.
No, that's hair.
Hey, here. That's just dust.
That's not hair.
No. I mean, that's the reason why they do this stuff
In a booth.
in a booth.
Mason, how old are you?
Shut the door
Quick,
quick.
see?
14.
Do you guys want to drink beer or do you want not hair on your boat? Is what
That's Zach.
is what's gonna boil
Can
down
I
to.
just put a.
We're on video.
Yeah, we're on video. Edit that now. Is it safe for kids? No, none of this video is gonna be safe for
Put
kids.
music over it.
Really,
What's wrong with you? I was like, oh my god.
that's gonna affect my analytics. All right, boat painting garage project, day 3, I guess. So I tried to throw a second coat on here yesterday, just try and get it done. And my roller, my nap, which wasn't normally, I don't know, I think it's over here, isn't the rollers I normally use. It was a microfiber nap roller, and it started to fall apart kind of like on the second coat. So I just stopped. So this side of the boat I had to re-sand to try and get out all the stuff that was adhering into the paint and rolling into the paint. So I've gone through the whole boat. On this side, the other side's perfect. So I'm not going to touch that. I'm within 24 hours, 12 hours really. So I can paint without having to sand again. I can put a second coat on. But this side I had to sand with 400 just to get out all the little blemishes. And I've used, again, my mineral spirits and went through, and you can see that it's just scuffed up, but there's nothing left now. It's nice and smooth all the way through. And so if you can feel it, if you can kind of see it in the bright light here, then you're going to notice it in the paint. So that's what you want to do, is try and make it so you can't feel anything and you can't visually see anything to get a good layup for that last coat of paint. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So I didn't really want to sand it, but I had to. Again, I think this will look fine. And then if you wanted to go the extra mile to kind of get out all the little dimpling, which, it comes out with roller, even though we've used that roll additive, sometimes you'll still get a little bit of that. You can just wet sand it and it'll come out literally like a car finish, smooth as glass, like clear coat. I don't think we're going to do that on this just because of the boat that it is. And these, like I said, these guys were going to rattle can this thing. So this is a far cry from what they're gonna do, but it looks really, really good. So I've got the paint setting up already. I've put my my base in. I actually left the stuff that I had over last night. I put it in the freezer, and I would have loved to have just used that because it came out. Let it sit overnight. It actually comes out perfect for spreading. But I've added it to this mix. You can see that it's starting to cook here a little bit because there's some pressure on the top here. So I've re-added it into here, just the converter and base. I've got my reducer and my roll additive right in here ready to go. So when I'm done with this, I'll throw that in there. I'm going to clean my nap roller right now with some mineral spirits to get off all the little fuzzy, junky stuff. Always crucial to do before. I don't think I told you that yesterday. But yeah, there's some stuff always left on the nap roller from the factory. So if you clean it off with if it's water-based, you can use just water, but if it's oil, you want to use like a mineral spirits or a brush cleaner or something like that to get all that stuff off. And that way, when you start rolling it, all of that little flaky stuff won't get onto the paint or into the paint. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then that should be ready to go to add that to there. And then we can put the final coat on, and we've got lots of stuff to do today. So we got to get this project done. All right, well, with peace and quiet, I got everything done. Nice and easy. It's only 10 o'clock, so this took me about 2 hours just to do a sand of 400, wipe it down again, mix it up, let it pot up, and then I did about a coat and a half on the other side. I got just about 2 coats on the other side. This side looks, because I sanded that, this side I didn't sand, because this side was really good, and it looks just about perfect, especially for a garage job. But yeah, it's a nice color. I just touched that area up there so that you can see the color differentiation there. So that will actually turn to a darker color. But there's literally, it's like mirror finish. Really nice job. So everything looks good. I'm happy with it. So we're going to call this a wrap. We're going to go do some more work. And we'll see you guys on the next one. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask. And it's always easier when you can do it in the sun or outside so you can see what's actually going on. But mixing ratios, whatever, you can find most of that stuff online anyway. But if you guys had any questions about this is what I did on this one. Again, it's just for a buddy, so kind of down and dirty. But it looks great. Nice new color. And we got the decals coming, so we'll put the decals back on and should be ready to get in the water. Again, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.